Well, it's grain farming day today. What do I do best? Sit here in the truck and watch the guy do it. Hey everyone, it's May 5th today and we're getting our crop put in. It's only 40 acres. Those of you that watch the channel and pay attention, that we get Pelicans to do it for us. They have the technology and whatnot. They can get things done in a more timely fashion than I'll ever get done. This year they've upgraded their drill to a John Deere disc drill. Same tractor, just a different drill. So that's gonna, for low disturbance, and looking like it's doing a pretty good job. (9360R) on the pulling it. Sowing oats again. Probably next year we'll sow this to grass and alfalfa, and probably more alfalfa than anything. And we've been seeding this field for what, 6 years or so, something like that. If you remember last fall, we took this hilltop here and put it down out there where that dugout was, and then we did some dirt work out there too along the fence, just to make things a little more leveler for seeding and running this kind of equipment on it. There was also a bluff just along that fence over there that we pushed out a few years ago. So it's looking like now we got her squared off pretty nice, and I think all the holes are filled. So I just thought we're just going to do this one more time with crop, and then we'll sow it to grass. So and there's also a few weeds here too. I haven't got my sprayer hooked up yet, but I'll likely just get Pelicans to spray Roundup on it. They sometimes come out after the fact and just before the crop starts coming out of the ground. We'll spray the weeds, and then we'll do an in-crop after of weeds for weed control. But yeah, no disturbance, and in this sandier soil, that's the best thing you could do, is keep from stirring up the ground too much, because you lose a lot of ground moisture and dries the land out too much. Right there, like I said, we're gonna be probably gonna get the old Belarus manure spreader fired up, and we're gonna, after, now that he's pretty much getting done here, won't be today likely, but we're gonna spread some manure in some of these bare spots, so that way it shades the ground so it don't dry out as much. So there's down here at the north end of this 40-acre chunk here that's getting into the marshy stuff. I was just looking here, especially where the old dugout was, just straight ahead here. He's just going through a low spot there now. It'll be interesting to see if he sinks very much. I was a little concerned they were coming in this early, but it looks like it's okay. I'm gonna find out here real quick. Looks all right. Not mucking it up too much, if at all. Not enough to worry about going around anyways. Well, as you can see, it's a disc type system. It's actually similar to an old press drill that we used to use one time from the conservation district, a 750 no-till drill. It's just a big disc that opens it and opens the sod, and opener behind, and a couple of packer wheels to pack it into place. Just put it on a bigger unit with an air tank. Get a little more precision placement of the seed, especially with smaller grains. They had upgraded they had a hoe type Bordeaux before. They also had a planter when they used to seed sunflowers, and they also used it for canola. And then they just basically sold 2 drills to buy this one. So now they don't sow sunflowers anymore. But I know for this type of land here, that's the kind of technology we need to sow crop in here. And of course, I can't afford machinery like that. So if somebody's willing to seed it for us, why not? Good old triple P method, I always say. Phone, point, and then pay. Yeah, they just rolled right through there, no problem. Floats along real nice. He's only been at this for what, an hour and a half or so. I think he come out here about 11 and it's 1 o'clock. Well, I guess it's 2 hours now. Wouldn't be too much longer, maybe another half an hour or so he'll be done. So we'll get, that's going to be done, and then now it's going to be, we'll start slinging some manure on some of these bare spots. Well, Trevor's finished seeding and the wind really picked up, and Dad was out in the field and he says some of those high spots, those bare spots, were starting to sift a little bit, so figured, well, may as well just hook on to the manure spreader now. And you remember, this is where we had the little skid steer piling up manure here from the lean-to. This is where we are. And so we got the Polaris, says 6 ton or 27. I'm not sure what the 27 means. The only thing we can think of is maybe it took 27 kids to school at one time. I don't know. But anyways, it's a Polaris manure spreader, and it has its issues, but for this light strawy stuff, it works just fine. So we'll get loaded up and we'll spread some manure. Day morning, and need some more poo. We used up that stuff by the shed, and I thought I'd come out here where the cow-calf pairs are, because this is where we wintered our yearling heifers, if you follow the channel. And I just thought I'd just start piling up some manure here. It's actually, this loader here actually piles it not too bad. Loaded up the manure spreader with some of the stuff that where the tires were there. long as I don't scrape up too much sod, I'm doing pretty good. So let's get some manure piled up here so I can come in with the other grapple fork after lunch, and we'll finish what we're doing. Well, it took most of the afternoon, but got that hilltop covered with poo, that one down there from yesterday, and I decided to do this little hilltop here too. So, got some organic matter put on top there, so keep the land from blowing away. I think on that note, we're going to end the video right there. So, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. See you in the next one. And of course, I forgot again. Thank you to Bellapin Farms for sowing the crop.